welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about baby step number 2. So if you watched my other video, which I'll probably link up in the cards, you've already watched how to save up $1,000 for your emergency fund. So I'm doing a series on the Dave Ramsey's baby steps where I'm going through and explaining each of the 7 baby steps in details. And today we are going to be talking about baby step number 2, which is the getting out of debt part of the 7 baby steps. So I'm going to do a quick recap of the 7 baby steps. So baby step number 1 was to save up $1,000 for a starter emergency fund. Baby step number 2, the one that we'll be discussing today, is to snowball your way out of debt. Baby step number 3 is to beef up your emergency fund, either 3 months or 6 months. Baby step number 4 is to invest 15% of your household income. Baby step number 5 is to save for your kids' college. Baby step number 6 is to pay off your home mortgage early. And baby step number 7 is to build wealth and give. All right, so far you have already saved up $1,000 for your emergency fund, or if you're a household of less than $20,000, you've already saved up $500 for your emergency fund. And now you are ready for baby step number 2. For me, this part was really fun. I was super gazelle intense. I could not wait to get out of debt. The first thing that you should do before even starting this step is figure out your why. Why are you doing this? What is going to keep you motivated all the way till the end? Whether you have $5,000 in debt or, I don't know, $120,000 in debt, you need to have a why so that you can keep going. For me, I was tired of paying the banks just a free money and interest. I also really wanted to be financially free. I absolutely cannot wait for total financial freedom. Another one of my whys were I really wanted to retire early and not at the standard age of 65, or for me being a millennial, it may be, I think now 67. I did not want to have to wait until my 60s to retire with dignity. I wanted to be able to retire early, and for me, that was what kept me going. That is what motivated me. That is what kept me very gazelle intense. That was my why: financial freedom and just being able to retire early. Now, you may ask, what is baby step number 2? So baby step number 2 is the fun part. The hardest, but the fun part is to get out of debt. That is what baby step number 2 is about. So there's 2 ways that you could do this, either by using the snowball method or by using the avalanche method. Now, most of you, if you've heard of Dave Ramsey, you've heard about the snowball method because it has been proven to be super effective. Now, I'm going to kind of just go into both and tell you a little bit about each. So the snowball method is where you're going to be listing all of your debts from smallest balance to largest balance, regardless of the interest rate. Now, we do this because psychologically, paying off the first debt, let's say, for me, it was $25. I had that on my Victoria's Secret credit card, $25. After I had paid that off, I felt so good and so motivated. I was like, you know what? I could do this for the next one and the next one. And that's what kept me going, is seeing those small wins. Now, how this works is, so for my Victoria's Secret credit card, I had $25 on there. The minimum payment was $25. So I took $25, I paid it off. And then my next credit card was, I think, my Best Buy credit card, which was about $300 in there. Minimum payment on that was also $25. So now I have this $25 that I was putting towards my Victoria's Secret, and I already have to pay $25 towards my Best Buy credit card. So what I did was I took that $25 that I was paying towards my Victoria's Secret credit card, and I now added it to the balance of my Best Buy credit card. So now, instead of just throwing $25 towards my Best Buy credit card, I was now putting $50 towards my Best Buy credit card. So, and that's how you keep doing it until you pay all of your debts off. Now, the second way of paying off debts in this step is the avalanche method. Now, the avalanche method is a little different because we do care about the interest rate in this particular method. So the Avalanche method is when you list all your debts from the highest interest rate to the lowest interest rate, and you're paying off the highest interest rate first. The only problem with this, yes, mathematically, this may make more sense than the snowball method, but honestly, if you have, for example, let's say that you've had 2 student loans. One that was $20,000 at a 20% interest. I don't know. I've never had student loans. I'm just making up some numbers. And let's say you had another student loan at $1,000 at a 5% interest. Yes, if you pay off the $20,000 student loan at 20% interest, you will be saving money. But imagine how long that would take. Mentally, you would not want to keep going. You're going to be so drained. You're going to want to give up because it's going to take such a long time for you to see a win. Now, that's why the snowball method is proven to be more effective, because if you can see a win, that'll keep you motivated. But if you're trying to pay off $20,000 because you want to save an interest, then that is just going to take such a long time and you're just going to be over it. So seeing progress, it keeps you motivated and it keeps you going until you're completely debt free. For some people that still want to do the Avalanche method, that's great. You can totally do that. But just make sure that you do stay gazelle intense and that you do have your why, because if you are choosing that route, you will need all the motivation that you can get to get you through that step. Now, in this baby step number 2, you want to pay off everything, every loan except your home mortgage. Your home mortgage will be paid off in baby step number 6. So in baby step number 2, you want to pay off your 401k loans, your student loans, your payday loans, your personal loans, your credit cards, your furniture loans, money you've borrowed from family and friends. These are all things that need to be paid off in baby step number 2. So after you found your why, the next thing that you need to do is go through all of your loans and all of your debts and actually list them from smallest balance to largest balance. For me, listing out all my debts from smallest to largest, it helped me see, well, one, how much money I owed. So what are some things that you can do? So some of the things that you could do, I've already kind of went over most of these in baby step number 1. Again, that link is down below in the description box. Some of the things that you could do is cut your expenses, decrease your spending. If you live in a large enough house and you have multiple bedrooms, maybe get a roommate. That's extra money. I know everyone's not comfortable getting a roommate, but that's extra cash that you could throw towards your debt. If you are a 2 household income, then live on 1 income. Try your best to where you're cutting your expenses and decreasing your spending to where you can live on just 1 income. There's a lot of people that I watched through the Dave Ramsey YouTube channel for either downsizing their homes or moving in with their parents just to save money, and not to save money, to have more money to throw towards their debt. For me, the most important part of this step is to create a zero-based budget. There's no way that you're going to know how much money you have left over to throw towards debt if you don't create a budget. If you don't know where to start with how to create a zero-based budget, I did a video that I will be linking up above and also down in the description box. In this step, Dave Ramsey recommends that you stop all investing with 401k, your Roth IRA, or just any kind of investing that you're doing at the moment, that you stop everything and you just throw all that money towards your debt. Now, this is not something that I totally agree on, but that's not what this video is about. This is just letting you know what Dave Ramsey says about baby step number 2. Guys, every penny really does count. every little bit that you can find, throw it towards your debt and just stay consistent. What I did was I went on Facebook and I found some people that were in a group that were on baby step number 2, and they were sharing things that they were doing. They kept updating like how far along their journey was, and for me that was like super motivating, because not a lot of people around me really, I don't want to say that they didn't care, but they didn't understand how excited I was to get out of debt, or I don't know, it was just nice to have other people that was going through the same thing as me, that was very gazelle intense, that listened to Dave Ramsey and understood what it felt like when you paid off one of the debts. Like, it is such a good feeling. And then once you're completely done with this step, you can finally just breathe. Alright guys, so that is all that I have for you today. If you did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell, and I will see you guys on the next upload. Take care.